It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' rangy cornerback, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Commanders and the Bills, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw.
First play, and Young is going to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Young again on the keeper. Oh, look at the juke. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this.
Young on first down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on third down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Young now. to Barkley on the check down. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. Young to throw it. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
That throw by Young incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here is Young. It's caught by Hooper. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Young. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Young. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over.
So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive.
As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
They'll start with the option.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
From the 22, Mahomes. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
13 yards there at a Washington first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, open man, and oh, he coughed it up. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
Young now after the fumble recovery. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Young.
He's got Hooper on the out route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, Young from the gun. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here. 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
So here are the Bills to take over.
Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Barkley, inside handoff. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Young. Gonna throw right side here, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw, Young. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A first down carry for Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now Young. Touchdown! Josh Reynolds. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. First and 10, Taylor now. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
Holding offense. Cannot do that.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with the pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Young's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Young. Looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 38. On 3rd down, Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On 2nd down at 4, Young, and finding the tight end Hooper. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Young off the play fake. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A handoff to Barkley. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long for Young. Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, Young. And that is incomplete. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. He's going to take another shot here. And it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From midfield, here's Mahomes.
Samuel bringing in the slant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Olave holds it in. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And some space here. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
Olave over the middle. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now here's Mahomes. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Second down and goal. Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Kyle Pitts
From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Another try after the first down sack. Young.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead, Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down this stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Chris Olave.
26 yards.
And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second down, another run with Taylor. 41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the draw is Taylor.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Taylor.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
So this game of our, Charles, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that, because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this. And I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
On the handoff, Taylor. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commanders first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to Taylor on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is...
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Jet sweep. Here's Olave. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Taylor.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal.
Here's Taylor again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Young now. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The play fake. Now Young. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, he certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bills have recovered.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Young now after the fumble recovery.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Young on 3rd down. It's caught by Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Young.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good.
And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing the second half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Right side to Williams.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Washington. This will be fielded at the 17. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Again, it's Barkley dancing away at the 35.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. They'll try to throw now. Young. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Young to throw it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Taken in at the 22. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. From the 35 on 2nd down, Young. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Young's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Barkley inside handoff. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll go to Barkley again. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll run with Barkley. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first down carry for Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Throwing. Young. Oh, no. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on a scoop and score. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense set to take over.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
That pass caught, it's Williams.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth quarter deficit.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First down, Young.
Quick slant finding Claypool. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Young. And incomplete on the deep ball. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It'll be Young again. And this one is incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a fourth quarter lead.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills have taken the lead here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Jonathan Taylor, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And now out come the Bills.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Young looks to throw on first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Young.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Young.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Young to throw it. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Young. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 44-yard line. They'll throw again. Young. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Here's Young.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Austin Hooper. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And he'll get into the end end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down 27-24. A minute 38 to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes.
He's got his target. It's Olave.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Here's Mahomes.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Mahomes to throw it. That's caught by Pitts.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Connected with...
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Johnson.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Mahomes. Olave over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
We so often think of these kickers as automatic at any distance, and it's just not the case because when you start talking about 50-plus yards, that's still a tough one to connect on. This one ends up no good, and that should put to rest any chance of this game getting to overtime.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bills, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1.